We are live. Hello. Hello. I see James is in the chat. Hey, James, thanks for joining us. Just want to say hello to Victoria for a minute before we get started and wait for a couple more people to join us. I am trying to minimize it so I can see both the chat. There we go. All right. Hey, Victoria, thanks for coming.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm really excited. I hope everybody enjoys the ending, the conclusion, and thank you for allowing me the time to share the journey.
Of course, I'm just super excited because this is the third time I've gotten to hear the story. So I can't wait to hear the ending. So,
Oh, that's right. You got pieces and pieces and pieces.
yes. So I'm super excited. I keep looking around for the puppy because he's been getting
Oh,
his little self in trouble all morning long. Actually, we have to go to the vet today. He's been like
oh,
eating everything, and then this morning I was on the phone with her because of this new diet she put him on. And I was like, hey, you need to stop eating grass, buddy. And she's like, well, that's not a good sign. That's a tummy ache.
oh, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
Well, I read it could be boredom and some dogs just do it. But
Oh,
I think with all of his issues he's had, she feels like that's a little red flag. So
oh, that makes sense.
super funny. So let's see. I see a couple people in here. Let us know who you are. Say hello. And do you want to give a little bit of background about the story before we get started?
Sure. Yes, we can definitely do that. I want to just say that the story started as, it's a journey story. So we have our main character, Evangeline, experiencing something, and then, her friends support her along the way. And the story is really to spark communication between, parents and children, or just kind of have us think about things that we lose or may have lost, just to have those conversations, or even to have that mindset that every day we are connected in some way or another to our past, our present, and our future, and to make really nice choices. So you just be kind and things like that. There are so many little messages in each little area or situation in the story. So I'm really excited to share it. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I am super excited and ready when you are. So, are you
Okay.
ready to start sharing now?
Sure, I can start sharing now. I appreciate it. And I just want to put out there a side note that if anybody is ever working on a project, sometimes the hubby doesn't know until the day of. So that was me to make sure that I stayed focused and really into this. I shared, hey, you know what? I'm going to share a story I wrote. Oh gosh. He was very excited for me because he knows that that is one of my creative passions. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just one of those things, a little pep talk before we came on. So here we
Oh,
go.
that's great.
Evangeline. Yes. So the story's title, My Special Evangeline's Journey. All right. There once was a little girl named Evangeline. She played with the animals who brought her courage and joy. Each day a new journey, a world to explore. One night she decided to swing from above, upside down. Such fun, her favorite. So she, with the moon, did hang, glowing very brightly and snug. She soon drifted off, dreaming delightedly. She hummed, but this night was different. Something yet had sprung, a thought so completely, entirely new. It shook her and shook her some more. She awoke with a shiver and slunk. I've lost it, I know it. In a hurry to start, she moved quite quickly with while the moon looked on. My special, it's gone. I feel it no more. I'm empty. I've fallen, and it's hardly been long. How I'll ever be me without my special, you see. And so It took her quite keenly, this feeling of woe. So heavy it was, and unsure, she froze. Evangeline made just one peep. It started mousy meek, then rose a fierce roar. It woke the lion, who blinked once and twice more. It awoke the twin babies, who had gently snored. Hmm? Oh ho! It took hold, this mighty big feeling, and from it burst the great woe. So odd it looked as it peeped around a small thing, so startled by she, Evangeline, still trembled, I believe. We looked about with curious eyes. Don't touch it, a whisper replied. I'm frightened. It's true. Please tell me you know what to do, said the lion, quite taken. So suddenly he sneezed. Achoo! But she didn't know. Our poor Evangeline, she stood quiet, unblinking and torn. Soon the rain came. It started to pour great drops. They floated and clung to us all. These big weeps, a new burden. Heavy-hearted though we were, with hoofs and feet, wrong-footed, we parted. We hurried and hurried, tighter still we gathered, giving many a hug to our dear Evangeline. Drip, 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 splat. We hushed and listened as the weird thing sat. It followed us closely. The big feeling to chat. Evangeline did sigh and looked most steely at this big feeling. It grew each time we attempted to leave, to avoid it, or move away. Undetected we tried. Evangeline stiffened, sniffing soundly and softly once more. I've lost it, my special. I do implore you to listen, you thing. Leave me this instant to search for my special. Please this and no more. She harumphed and began to step. One step toward the wetter outside. Though we wanted to stay dry and away, we followed behind, close and brave. Curiosity, too, our main guide. It, too, followed quickly, simply, and slow. We quickened our pace. Quickly, no delay! Yes, yes, said another, and another did say, to the very forest. It may be so lost and afraid. With a look of resolve, Evangeline's brow furrowed. Onward again, we set to explore the fairy forest, to greet the wisest, most knowingest of all. It's quite dark here, one twin started to say, while the other nodded toward a shimmer that swayed. We shuffled our group, a dance we made that brought us closer to that shiny, bright light that bobbed and glowed above and low. though our moods were still quite the same and low. We couldn't help to giggle this way. Oohs and ahs followed the glow. Those two made the feeling of loss ache just, just a little less. Together we walked until it stopped. And when it did stop, we heard the wind fly. A beautiful harmony through the trees, its leaves now floating and forming a rainbow of colors. A gentle cloud now surrounded the odd thing that followed. We looked closer and closer. It revealed another shimmer, glittery field. Evangeline came forward, kneeling to see. And so, suddenly, it shifted the odd thing and the glow ring. Together we see the special, my special, Evangeline sobbed. Beautiful. It makes my heart sing, the lion remarked. It's a story of love, the twins together had said. It's a mommy, a daddy too, sisters and brothers for sure. Sorry. The pictures flashed, dancing around in the glimmer, and Thing now standing proud. Then a soft pop as the feature had ended. The thing floated up. Then all together we started. We felt it so deep inside. A special, my special. Together we find it is a whole big feeling, starting warm, really warm, like a hug or a wonderful dream. A cookie, too, though we cannot, could not see. It was with us, all of us, connected in glee. So true, it was there when we were sad, low, and afraid. All of it forever to stay. My special. Okay, that's it. Sorry.
That is such a beautiful story.
Thank you.
So I think we talked about this last time, but what made you write that?
So part of it was feeling connected and knowing that we all experience loss throughout life. It's a part of the process, and sometimes we lose that because we're in our grief, in our feelings. We lose that sense of being connected to others, connected to ourselves. We feel different. So Evangeline's journey is knowing that even though she feels and she knew right away that something is different, that she wanted to seek it out again. So she goes through this journey with her friends, and they all realize that even if it's a loss, whatever it is that makes you special is still there. Your memories are there, your connections to your past. It's how we look at it, and knowing that everybody feels this and that we all carry it with us together, it makes us a little stronger. So that's kind of where the story goes, and hopefully the message that comes across. And because of the distance with COVID-19 and the social distancing, it's been so long that I haven't seen my family that I'm like, oh, yeah. So that's what you're seeing is a little bit of that. And knowing that even though we don't see people all the time, that we can still celebrate the things that keep us connected.
So. Yes. Aw. James said, Victoria sounds like she'd be really good with Poetry Slam. You said very good, Victoria.
Thank you.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, I haven't heard of poetry slams in such a long time. I've seen so many talented poets that
Uh-huh.
could, that threw their voice this way and that and really made a great thing. So I think that's a great compliment. Thank you, James.
Yes, that's great. And that was just an amazing story. And we have to talk more about what you're going to do with that story. Have
That's
you
a good
thought about
idea.
it?
Um, I, this is like I said before in our other video, is that we start projects and we put them aside. And,
Mhm.
this is the first story that I wrote that really kind of plays with words. And I let it kind of free flow for
Mhm.
children, kind of to get that energy and those conversations. So this is really the first young person's story I've ever written.
Yes.
And so I want to include some visuals and really sometimes I want a page that just has a picture because I think that both the picture and the words together kind of share and they work in harmony, like like so many things. So I'm hoping to get that together. I have worked on illustrations for this. I think that some of them are really cute, but I want it to be really nice and complement the story
Yeah.
and hopefully have it available for just a quick checkout for Christmas if you're looking for an ebook. So
Yeah. And the background you have is one of your drawings, right?
yes, well, the rabbit is all me. So I've got the rabbit I drew freehand, and I include for my backgrounds, digital images. So I like to blend them, like the coloration and things like that. They're done with watercolor brushes in Canva,
Oh,
and so I kind of integrate that. I I'm just learning. I shared that last time too. I'm just learning how to draw. So, and I'm all self-taught. So I really am kind of working on a canvas
yeah.
or watercolor paper or something so that I can practice the strokes and being confident in my lines so that I can create things and make sure that illustrations go. And I think that's also part of my perfectionistic tendencies is wanting those illustrations to match just right. So
Right.
yes.
I am not creative. So this I have to live vicariously through you.
You can live vicariously through me. That's
Yes,
good.
I love it. I love the story. I love the drawings and the ideas behind it. James said poetry. I watched a couple poetry slams to get ready for a level 7 class.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to have to, what level 7 class is that? Because now I'm a little nervous.
I'm certified for level 7, but I've never taught any.
Me too. I think I might have taught one to make sure that I got that certification or something. And
Yeah.
then I haven't taught any others,
Yeah.
but I have an offer class tomorrow. So,
Bren said, very talented. Wish Victoria all the best. Oh,
oh, that's kind. Thank
thanks,
you.
Bren. That's great. So that is it. Anything else you want to talk about before we finish today? I'm just so excited I got to hear the whole story.
I really do thank you so much for your kindness and your
Oh,
encouragement. On my channel, I'll have also the announcement, and I'll definitely share with you when the book does go for sale or just for viewing and
mhm.
with the illustrations when everything's complete. Like I said, I really appreciate all of the encouragement, and I'll send that announcement for anybody that's interested.
Yeah.
Again, we have it here for you free. You're hearing it first here, an original story, and with a great message.
Oh, I love that message. I just feel like
Yes,
every kid should hear this and they're going to need it at some point, and I'll
right.
just, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I don't know if it's, being on the military base and seeing all the counselors and all the kids that they have to help. And I keep thinking about the 3 counselors at my school. Like, I need to get this in their hands.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I agree with you. There's military children are so Oh gosh, now the word just slipped me, but the resilient.
Resilient. Yeah,
Resilient
that's what
is
I was
the
thinking
word that
too.
I hear, is resilient. And they are always moving, they're adjusting and they're adapting. Their
Mhm.
friends are at, at different places at any given
Yeah.
time. And we do have to learn how to make those connections and have those conversations. I know that's part of it. And maybe that was
Right.
part of my influence too, because I've been a military dependent all of my life.
Right.
So
Really.
yes, my father made career in the Marine Corps, and then my spouse is military in the military. So
Okay.
yes, jump from one to the other.
I was a little opposite. My husband and I were 18 and we're like, hey, let's go.
Yes, I was this close too.
Really?
Yes.
James said he's taught 16 different level 7 classes.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome. James, you just run the gamut, man. He has a ton of level 1s too.
Oh yes.
Victoria, if you read part of your story during that level 7 class to the student, that would be a great extension.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I would definitely like that.
that's so neat.
I
Um,
do include a lot of my personal interest in this in the for extensions, but that's
mhm,
part of me making connections and trying to draw out those conversations.
right.
Yeah.
Today I had some tough classes. I was ready to go back to bed.
Oh,
Not every day can be roses.
that's right. That's right. And we look forward to those days that are just so easy
Yeah,
peasy. Like I had yesterday, I had out of 4 classes in the morning, I had 3 assessments, and I was like, yes.
yeah,
I know some people are not really happy about assessments, but I'm
yeah.
thinking, man, that note's going to be fast.
Yeah, I like assessments, and I had 2 assessments, and this was all on me this morning. It wasn't on the kid. I'm gonna blame the sinus meds, but it was like I kept running late for everything, not to get
Oh
into the
yes, I've
class,
had those days.
but maybe I just wasn't watching the time this morning, but I just kept like feeling rushed every time. I'm like, what am I doing today? So,
Oh, I've had those days. You're not alone.
yeah. Oh, that's right. We're not alone. Going back to
No,
the
we're not
story.
alone. We all feel these things.
Oh, Victoria, it's been great. Thank you so much again for coming on my channel and sharing this story. And let's put the word out, everybody. Please give it a thumbs up. Oh, Bren, she loves assessments. I find them a whip. Yeah, they're
See?
nice. All
Love
right, we'll
them.
see
Oh,
you. Thank you so much.
thank you,
Bye,
Casey.
everybody.
Thank